What's up, Cash? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, Sophia? Got a couple people in here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah. Just very brief live. It's not gonna be super long. Want to let you guys know, when y'all send me these emails, please try to keep these emails succinct. I don't have, keep them to 8 lines preferably. Like, don't send me an email that's like, I got one that was at least 200 lines. I don't got time to read like 200. Keep it succinct and to the point. When y'all sending these emails, I want to read the whole thing and help y'all, but y'all can't. I ain't got time a lot of times to read 200 lines of, you know what I mean, the whole circumstance. If it's longer than 8 lines, you're gonna have to probably book a consultation, because I got to keep it moving. I got a lot of emails to read. I got stuff to do. Otherwise, I'm doing a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I can't just stop everything I'm doing just to read your email. Now, I understand, or comprehend rather, that you guys, people who do that, they got a lot of stuff to say, or the circumstance is complicated. If that's the case, you're gonna probably need to book a consultation so I can fully grasp what you're telling me, because I'm gonna have questions, and the only way I can get them questions answered is to be able to ask the questions in front of you. Like, I don't have time to read 200 lines and then ask this, clarify that, you know what I mean, back and forth in emails. The whole back and forth took a half hour. Meanwhile, I got other things to do, you know what I mean, within that half hour. And I'm not trying to be a jerk or nothing like that, but just, I want to help y'all, but y'all gotta help me help you, kind of thing, you know. So keep the emails succinct. You know, you got a question, ask the question. If I can't help you, I'll refer you to somebody who can. You know, I'll do the best I can to answer, give you any case law or things you can look into for those questions. I don't claim to know everything, but I know a considerable amount to be able to help some people in certain situations. And you know, I do like to help people. This is why I do what I do. So yeah, try to keep the emails succinct, man. Keep them to the point. I got one the other day that was that thing was, I was scrolling. It was still going on. And I read, I thought it was most of it. You know what I mean? I thought what I thought was most of it, but dude, when I started scrolling, like, yo, how much is this dude typing? It just kept going and going and going and going and going, and I'm like, yo, I don't have time to read this at all. So yeah, you know, that's just, you know, PSA kind of. I'm gonna hit you on the gram. Yeah, hit me on the gram, bro. What's up, Prof? Harmonious, what's up? Yeah, but yeah, I'm in the belly of the beast right now. I'm going to the Department of Motor Vehicles to, you know, get more good information for you guys in order to be able to relay the info. So I'm a little early. I always like to get places. That's a word of advice too. If y'all got appointments, yo, get to your appointment at least an hour early. Don't get to your appointment. Of course, it goes without saying, if you're gonna be a national, you need to move as a national too. You know, move with honor. Don't be showing up late. Don't be showing up fashionably late. You need to get there early. You know what I mean? What I usually like to do is, I usually like to make sure I have at least a half hour of time, just in case there's a parking situation. You know what I'm saying? You do your best to mitigate any lateness, because, you know, showing up late, that's a dishonor. And we want to always make sure we move in honor. You know what I mean? So with that said, you know, getting places early is a key importance. So yeah, you want to do that. You get to the places early. Then you know, otherwise everything else pretty much is self-explanatory. Sophia says, how about exporting your car? I have no idea how to export cars. I've never done it before, but there's a whole process, and you got to go through the Department of Customs. I think you got to go through customs or something like that. I know back in the day, people were trying to figure out how to get a Nissan. Some people figured it out too, because I knew a guy that had one a while ago. I didn't know the dude's name, but I know he had one. But there's a few guys who had them joints. But there's a Nissan Skylines, and this was in the early 2000s when they were still illegal to bring over here. Of course, those of you who are car guys know now you can actually import a Nissan Skyline legally, because it's been over 25 years since they've been released. But yeah, this was back in 2000 and probably, I want to say 2005, I think. This dude had a GTST Skyline, And he, dude, every time he came on a lot, it was a group of people around him. So yeah, he somehow was able to get it imported. I think he imported it in pieces, or somehow because I think what happens is when they import, sometimes when people import stuff, or when companies have stuff imported, they don't have enough manpower to check every single crate. So what people was doing was they would mark the crates as parts from Japan, because you can import parts from Japan perfectly legally. And then what they would do is they would have these containers filled with a bunch of parts. And then like all the way in the back of the container, in the bottom back of the container, they would have a fully assembled Skyline back there without the engine, but the engine would be in another part of the container. You know what I mean? So then sometimes people would just go hard and just import the damn car with the engine in it. No fluids, of course, because it has to be dry. But yeah, people were doing that for a while. So, you know, that's highly illegal. And if you get caught doing that shit, they're gonna they gonna put their foot in your ass. I wouldn't mess around with shipping and stuff. Some people do, but I wouldn't mess around with that. So yeah, yeah, I read that online. There was a big thing. They had a sting operation that happened where they found out what they would do is they put the squeeze on the mofo who had the car, and then he would rat, because they were like, look, you looking at this amount of time for illegally smuggling goods into the United States of America, or the United States. And they would says, it violated international. Dude, it was all kinds of. He was looking at hella time, and this was after the Motorex scheme. Anybody who knows about the Motorex scheme, this was after that, because people was figuring out other ways to get him in. There's always going to be a way for people to get shit, whether it be lawfully or legally, whatever. But yeah. So they would grab the dude up, so they would get pulled over, and then the police officer would hit up the Department of Customs or something somehow, and then they would reach out, and then they would take the dude into custody, and they would impound the whip. And then what would happen is the Department of Customs, they would go ahead and start asking, they get the feds involved, and they put them in the corner. You know how they do. They put the light on them and shit, and then they'd be like, you want a cigarette? got them in cuffs, and start asking them questions. You looking at 30 years for the import of illegal products in the United States. Unless you give me the name of the people who imported this car illegally, you're going to take the brunt for this. You know what I mean? And people always buckle because they don't want that time. They were like, you could walk away from this scot-free, or maybe with just a smack on the hand if you play it. Wow, that's crazy. Yo, this is nigga. What the fuck? Yo, that is crazy. I just saw two dudes walking next to each other that looked exactly the same. I don't know if they were twins, but they acted like they didn't know each other. But one dude was inside he went in the truck, and the other dude kept walking. That shit was weird. Wow. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so they put the squeeze on dude, and then once they put the squeeze on him, matter of fact, that shit remind me of the Matrix. When you see something twice, they change something. So I'm at the DMV, so they must have changed something in the DMV before I came in this mofo. So something changed. So I'll let y'all know the story before I go in here. Just like the Matrix, when they was about to go in that building or whatever, and they saw that cat come past twice. It was two guys, the same height, they had similar outfits on, the exact same face. That face, they had to been twins. But they didn't even get in the same car. They went in different whips. I don't know, I don't know. But anyway, so what basically happened was they put the squeeze on them, and then the dudes would go ahead and they rat on the supplier, and then the supplier would get hemmed the fuck up. He would get hemmed up, and then the whole import situation would get shut down. The shops would get shut down, all that shit. It was a nasty situation. So I say all that to say there's a lot of red tape that comes to export and import and stuff. It's probably easier to export than it is to import. So just read the fine print with stuff like that, because you are using the United States services when you're using the export service, because like it or not, they got a monopoly on all that. They established everything. The United States Corporation has established, international travel. They established, you can still travel internationally without them, but they establish, imports, exports. They control commerce, and that's effectively that's commerce. Let me see. What's up, Keith? What's up, Sophia? I already said what's up to you. I was wondering if that is what you were there for. Yeah. That's what's up. I fuck with them Impalas and Caprices. Yeah, you like the old school American whips? I ain't nothing wrong with that. The muscle cars, man. I seen some nice ones, man. I tell you what, them Southern boys, they really know how to hook them Impalas and them them Caprices up. Like you go down Atlanta and stuff like that, or North Carolina. They got, and what I noticed, they very tastefully, well, questionably tastefully modify some of their cars. Like they'll have a theme. It has a Reese's Puffs theme, like a cereal. He'll have the whole car like orange and brown, and it'll be a Reese's Puffs logo on his whip. Very nicely executed. Sometimes they'll have the what is it, the height adjustments for the suspension where the car sits up real high, and then it'll have like 24-inch rims, sometimes 30s on them. I mean, you know, what can I say? It's a different culture down there, which I respect the culture. If it looks nice, it looks nice though. So, you know, we can export cars out of the system, no shipping involved. I was not aware of that. If there is, then I would like to be educated on such. If it was a show car for car shows that you can import it, that's one of the exceptions. That, yeah, you know what's crazy? Vision. The crazy thing about that is I actually saw a guy, and that's a video of it on my YouTube. If you go all the way back like 2 years ago, I was actually in Owings Mills at the time, and I had saw a guy who imported a R34 GTR Skyline. Dude, my heart almost stopped. Oh my gosh, that car was, oh my Lord have mercy. I love them cars. It was like a midnight purple color. Beautiful. And then they had the of course it was right-hand drive. Oh man, it was nice. It had like little flakes in the paint. It was all stock. It was the Nismo. This dude had paper because he was out in the sticks in Owings Mills. He was out in the woods area of Owings Mills. So this dude, that's back there. The further you go back in Owings Mills, the more of the mansions you start to see the mansions back there. So yeah, dude was headed back there. I'm thinking dude is going home or something. I don't know where he was going, but I got a chance to pull up next to him in my little I don't know what I had at the time. I think I had an Eclipse or something like that at the time. But I pulled up next to the dude. I was like, yo, that car is fucking dope, yo. I was like, damn, man, how long ago did you import it? He was like, I just had it imported a few months ago, man. It's just a car. Any dude that says it's just a car for a twin turbo, straight six, all-wheel drive Skyline GTR. And for those of you who don't know what the Nissan Skyline R34 GTR is, remember Too Fast, Too Furious, the silver and blue Skyline that Paul Walker was racing? That motherfucker. Yeah, that bitch. The bitch with the circle taillights. I love that car. But, you know, yeah, it was nice, man. It was very nice. So it was impressive. So I said, dude, this is a bad whip. He was like, it's just a car, man, you know. I was like, all right, cool. That's what's up, man. You know, I ain't know what to say. I wanted to tell him can I test drive the mofo, but I never met him before. So I was like, you know, I basically, you know, gave him some information, told him to keep in touch. I never heard from the dude again, but tell you what, that car was nice. But yeah, you can indeed do a car import thing for car shows. Some people do that, but then they hound you about the mileage, how much miles are you putting on and stuff like that. You know how that goes. It's probably ways around that too, though. It's ways around everything for the rich people. If you got money and you want something to get it done, it's ways around. That's just what came to mind when you said you were visiting the place. Yeah, and the Mandela effect. What's up, man? Yep. They do that in the Bay Area out here. Yeah, the Bay Area. Yeah. They can change. Wait a minute. That can change if everyone repopulate the lawful government, join the American State National Assembly. Yeah, a lot of people talk about the American State National Assembly. Yeah, holler at Bill if you want to do so. But yep. Yeah, so you know, that's what it is. I'm about to run up in this building now. I told you always wasn't gonna be a long video. I gotta get up in here and deal with these mofos. So meanwhile, I'll see you guys on the live. Oh yeah, by the way, putting y'all down, I got rapper from excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to be disrespectful. Real MC from New York. Y'all probably remember if you a hip hop head in the New York area. I'm pretty sure Tony knows who he is. But the dude used to go by the name Many Styles, and he battled against Jin, who was on 106 in Park back in the day. His name is I Am Many. He used to go by Many Styles, but his name is I Am Many. I have I Am Many live in effect. This coming Tuesday, not today, of course, but the next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be live, and we're going to chop it up about what condition hip-hop is in New York, you know what I mean, the underground scene, what's going on. The dude is very knowledgeable. I suggest you go over to his channel, the B-Shine. It's a YouTube channel he has, and then, you know, you can actually subscribe to him on Instagram, too. I Am Many is his name. But, yeah, man, holla at my boy. Go give him a follow. Tell him 6 sent you. And we will be live in direct, live in effect on Sunday also, and then Tuesday we'll be live again at 8 p.m. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.